Welcome back to Pelangi 21. Today I will show you a French drama film from 2018 titled I Am Jonas. In 1997, 15-year-old Jonas doesn't really have friends at school. When the school year starts, there is a new student at his school, who arrives late and attracts everyone's attention. When Jonas sees the boy, he winks at him. Jonas returns to class, and the boy is in the same class as him. The boy immediately takes a seat next to him. Jonas's friend named Caroline also wants to sit next to him, and the boy tells Jonas to choose. Jonas doesn't want to fight, and let the boy sit next to him. Then the boy introduces himself as Nathan. Later on, Jonas's parents asks him about his first day at school. Jonas says he befriended a boy named Nathan. He thinks Nathan is very cool, and Nathan also helped him in understanding the lessons at school. Then he tells them about Nathan's scar, and Jonas's father tells him to be careful because Nathan might be a troublemaker. In his room, Jonas recalls about his meeting with Nathan. The next day, Jonas begins to pay attention to his appearance. At school, some students making fun of him, because he is using too much hair gel. Nathan helps to fix Jonas's hair. Then some students start laughing at them, and talking behind their backs. During class, Nathan suddenly falls from his chair. He says he's not feeling well. Jonas helps Nathan to take him to the medical room. When they leave class, it turns out that it was just Nathan's attempt to get them to skip class. They go to the gym, and they spend time playing Game Boy. Then Nathan tells him about his secret, and makes Jonas promise not to tell anyone. Nathan admits he got a scar on his face because he was assaulted by a pedophile priest. Just then, they hear someone is about to enter the gym. They hide and they laugh. After the person leave, Nathan asks him to smoke. He asks why Jonas had no friends. He had never seen him talk to anyone. Jonas admits he once had a friend, but he moved after his parents divorced. Nathan asks if the reason their friendship broke up was because Jonas was in love with his friend, and he hated him because his friend left him. He admits that, then Nathan kisses him. The two fall in love and start a relationship. One of their friends at school teased them, and he always asks Nathan for a cigarette. One day, during gym class, suddenly the boy vomits. Nathan says to Jonas, he teaches him a lesson by putting something in his cigarette. Jonas is allowed by his parents to spend the weekend at Nathan's house. Jonas's mother takes him there. They talk about Nathan's mother who is pregnant and has already chosen a name for her son, Leonard. They also talk about Jonas and Nathan's closeness. Nathan's mother knows that Jonas and Nathan are dating, and she doesn't mind it. It's different from Jonas's mother who sees them only as friends. That afternoon in his room, Nathan teaches Jonas how to play Tetris and Game Boy. Then Nathan's mother drives the boys to the cinema, and on the ride they pass an amusement park called Magic World. Jonas confesses he has never been there, and Nathan promises that one day he will take him there. Nathan's mother reveals to Jonas that Nathan got the scar on his face after an incident at the bumper cars, although Nathan had earlier told Jonas that it was caused by an attack of a pedophile priest. Jonas doesn't say anything, but he's feeling sad because Nathan lied to him. At the cinema, they enjoy the film they are watching. They kiss, and Nathan gives him his Game Boy as a gift. At the end of the film they just watched, Nathan turns on his mobile phone and hears a message left by his mother. She went into hospital to give birth. Instead of going to the hospital, they go to a gay bar. They are not allowed in as the minimum age is 18. But a man notices them and offers an idea. He will take them to another gay bar where there is no age limit. They get in his car, but soon Nathan gets suspicious as the ride takes too long, and the boys plead with the driver to let them out. The driver punches Nathan and knocks him out. Jonas pulls up the handbrake and is able to escape. The car drives away with Nathan still in the car, and Jonas not knowing whether he is alive or dead. After that, Jonas goes to the police. However, the police investigation yielded no results. Over the years, the trauma experienced by Jonas still lingers on him. Jonas is now an adult, and he is picked up by the police at a gay bar after starting a fight. He is reunited with his friend Caroline, who used to go to school with him. Jonas transferred schools after what happened with Nathan, and they haven't seen each other since. At the police station, Jonas is told that he is banned from visiting gay bar. Jonas returns home where he meets his boyfriend Sam. He breaks up with him, because Jonas keeps cheating on him. Sam kicks Jonas out of his place. He goes to the hospital where he works. While working as a nurse, he shows a different side of himself. Jonas is very patient and caring with the patients, but he continues to use online apps to hook up. Having no place to live, he is forced to stay in the hotel. He meets a hotel clerk named Leonard. Leonard asks if they had met before, but Jonas says no. Later on, Jonas smokes in the room, and makes the fire alarm go off. After that, Jonas meets with Leonard in the hotel lobby, and they talk. Leonard is curious about Jonas. He asks again if they had ever met. He feels that Jonas keeps a secret, after he finds a Game Boy in Jonas's bag. Then he invites Jonas to have a drink with his friends. Jonas agrees to join him. The next day, Jonas wakes up, and he is shocked to be at Nathan's room. He is still confused about what happened, until he meets Leonard and Nathan's mother. It turns out that Leonard is Nathan's brother. They make small talk about their lives so far. Jonas says he still visits the same gay bar where Nathan was kidnapped. Nathan's mother confesses since what happened, her husband had left her and now she only lives with Leonard. Then Leonard forces Jonas to tell the truth, because Leonard had known that Jonas had been following him all along. Jonas confesses he lied the night Nathan was kidnapped. He informed the police that the kidnapper forced him to leave the car, though he managed to escape and leave Nathan alone. He always felt guilty, because he should have stayed in the car to save Nathan, instead of leaving him alone. But Nathan's mother forgives Jonas, and tells him that he was only 15 years old. She asks Leonard to drop him off, but Jonas has nowhere to go. Jonas admits he keeps cheating on his boyfriend. He says that he's probably looking for something that isn't real. Before leaving, he left his Game Boy in Nathan's room. While driving Jonas to the hospital, Leonard says he had been quiet during their conversation, but he tells him that if Jonas had stayed in the car, he might have died too. On the way, they pass Magic World. Jonas convinces Leonard to stop, and together they go inside. This film tells the story of Jonas's journey, which is full of wounds. It is told through two different timelines, which builds this film into a good drama. The first timeline was when Jonas was still in school. He had a hard time fitting in and making friends. When Nathan arrived, they quickly became friends, and the two fell in love. The second timeline takes place 18 years later. Each of his past experiences with Nathan had a profound impact on his present life. Jonas smokes because Nathan taught him. His Game Boy is a gift from Nathan. Jonas always visits the same gay bar, the place where Nathan was kidnapped. Jonas is afraid to start a relationship again, because he is looking for something that doesn't exist. When Jonas is reunited with Nathan's mother and Leonard, he is confronted again with guilt from his past. This second timeline is mostly about how Jonas overcomes his past, what he did to atone for his guilt, and tries to ask Nathan's mother and Leonard for forgiveness. Even though the timeline is split into two parts, when combined it will become a beautiful story. The actors who play Nathan and Jonas are great and their chemistry is real. They are able to show the gentle and naive side of Jonas, then grow into a mysterious and troubled figure, and the figure of Nathan who is able to pull Jonas out of his shell. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, and turn on notification.